I find it kind of funny that I'm wearing this, and we're discussing Certified Lover Boy, and I don't think there's really a lot to break down with this that hasn't already been said by a lot of reviewers. So I might as well just give my thoughts on this album. And of course, we've had this rollout for a very long time, and it's all culminated with these past couple of weeks with this really god awful merch and this album cover that's not going to stand the test of time all that much. And then he also had the billboards premiering the features that are going to be on the album, which is a cool marketing move. And this whole album and this whole rollout is a really good example of how Drake is a marketing genius, or his team is, because it's god awful and it looks disgusting, but it's going to get eyes on it. And honestly, it's more memorable than this album. And I guess we'll go into the album material or my thoughts on it, because again, I don't want this to be terribly long. But this album, in comparison, is very much more like a More Life than a cohesive album like Nothing Was the Same or Views. This is more of a collection of songs, a collection of features thrown onto an album that lacks cohesion, it lacks a narrative, and is more just to put songs on there just to get to playlists and get to the club, all this kind of stuff. It's not going to change the world. And Scorpion was kind of like this also, where it didn't have a crazy moment alongside of it or a crazy movement. That album was more marred by the Pusha T beef, and it has carried over into Certified Lover Boy with certain tracks, certain lines sprinkled across this album. And we're seeing with this album as well that Drake has fully taken on the role of being goofy and also being incredibly self-aware. And that means that you're getting a lot more of a lighthearted Drake. Whether you like that or not is totally up to you as a listener. I personally would hope to always see an artist innovate and try something new. Unfortunately, this is not the album for that. And some Drake fans will be disappointed by that, but some will be totally fine with it. It's totally up to you. Personally, for me, I'm kind of sad that we are still going in this moody R&B lane, even though on certain tracks, there's actually a decent bit of tracks on here where it does go quite well. You have Race My Mind, you have Pipe Down, you have Get Along Better, amazing collaboration with Ty Dolla $ign, you have Fountains, a nice dancehall collaboration with Thames. And you also do have some of those rap tracks you kind of look for. You have the good title track, or the intro track of Champagne Poetry. You have the good collaboration with Jay-Z on Love All, and also the good collaboration from Fair Trade on Travis Scott. There are these nice moments sprinkled in between where you do get these moments of a rapping Drake and these moments of a really good pop R&B Drake. But again, this album is not going to change the world, and it's not going to innovate Drake's sound or move his sound forward, or honestly his career forward. This is honestly just a stepping point where we still don't know where this is going to lead Drake going on into his career, because after Scorpion, honestly, it was kind of going to go either way of where his career was going to go, and this doesn't give us a definitive answer unless we are really going into this self-aware pop direction, which will do good numbers wise, but is not going to do good for the longevity of his future albums and his future songs and his future career. And either that's a sad thing or it's a good thing, but I'm not going to say that that's a bad thing, because there is some good material on here. Another big problem for me, and I wish I could like this album, because I love Donda, and it's like 27 tracks long, but it does have a lot of variety and stuff into it where it keeps it interesting. This has that moody R&B tone basically throughout it, with these little sprinkled moments in between, where the problem is that 86 minutes feels like an eternity sometimes, because even as I listen to it multiple times, I find myself really starting to drag when you even just get to track 7, Way Too Sexy, which is notable in this album, but for the wrong reasons. I don't think this song was really meant to be a great song, to be honest. I think this is going to work so perfectly in the TikTok lane that you're going to see so many compilations of people doing TikToks way too sexy. I think that's what the motive of this one is. It's kind of like a Tuesday slide, but I think there's probably going to be something with this. Also, not to mention, the music video is very self-aware, has a lot of comedy in it, all that kind of stuff. So, to put it into a smaller conclusion, I think Certified Lover Boy is all right. And will I return back to this album? Probably not. Will I take some songs from here? Absolutely. I will take Champagne Poetry. I will take Love All Fair Trade. I will take Pipe Down, Yeva's Heartbreak, Knife Talk, all this kind of stuff. I will take that. But it's not going to push Drake's career forward. It's not changing the culture whatsoever. And if anything, like, the culture of marketing is becoming more apparent than ever, especially this year when you have Tyler, the Creator, you have Donda, now you have this. The album rollout is being crazily innovating right now, but this album, music-wise, is not doing that. So, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I honestly want to see more innovation in future projects, but if you're just looking for some Drake to throw on, and it's not going to be too crazy or too out there or too offensive, this album honestly isn't as bad as what people are saying. I'm not going to say it's fantastic, though. It's very much kind of in the middle. And that's where you reach to a point where either Drake fans are going to love it or they're going to hate it. I personally am just indifferent. But leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Love to have a discussion. And it looks like we're getting some more music coming down the pipe. So I'm really excited for all of that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk with you again soon.